Hello boys and girls, this week in art we are going to be creating a clay cupcake. We're going to be using Model Magic to make this. I also have a plastic fork and a pencil to add details. So what I'm going to do now is open up the Model Magic. Now you can either try to tear it. If you're having a hard time tearing it, you can grab a pair of scissors and cut off the top and then tear it along the edge. So we're getting 2 pieces of Model Magic for this project, and that's so that we can make one part for the cup of the cupcake and the second part for the frosting on the cupcake. So we're going to take our first piece of clay, we're going to take our second piece and place it off to the side, and our tools off to the side as well. We're going to take our first piece of clay and we're going to roll it into a ball or a sphere. And we're creating a sphere because it's a 3-dimensional form, just like this clay is going to become a 3-dimensional form. So we think about form. And we're going to take our piece of clay, we're going to place it on our mat, take our thumb and press it down into the clay, not going all the way through because we want to make sure that we have a little cup or a little bowl for our cupcake. And we're going to press our fingers toward our thumb towards our fingers, and then we're going to rotate and press until we have gone all the way around to create a little cup for our cupcake. We don't want to go and spread it open because it is just a little cup for our cupcake, and we can take those little lines and we can rub our finger over the edges to make it nice and smooth on the outside. For now, we can always add texture and designs to it later. And we have our little cup for our cupcake. We're going to take that cup and we're going to place it to the side for now. And we're going to take our other piece of clay and we're going to press it in our hand, rotate and press, and so it becomes this long column of clay. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our fingers on one hand and place our fingers down on the mat of our other hand with our other hand, and we're going to roll the clay back and forth from the fingertips all the way to the palms of our hands. And we're going to make sure we're pressing on all pieces of clay. So from the one side of our clay to the other side of our clay. We're going to make it nice and long. We want to make sure that we don't just press in one area because you can already see that this piece is thinner than this piece, and we want to make sure that it's all the same thickness. So I'm making sure I'm rotating my hand from one side of the clay all the way to the other side, rolling it so it's nice and long. It's called a coil. It looks a lot like a clay snake. We're gonna press and roll all the way down. We want it to be really long. We want lots and lots of frosting on our cupcake. And we're going to take one piece that's about the size or the width of my finger, and that is exactly how thick we need it to be. I'm going to take one little piece at the end and I'm going to tear it off because we're going to add a design to that. Now we're going to take our coil and we're going to press it onto the edge of our cupcake, and we're going to roll around the edge all the way around. And once it gets to the next layer, we're going to make sure we place our coil so it goes towards the inside of the cupcake, and that's going to make like a spiral going in and in and in to the inside of our cupcake. And it's going to go into the next area and in some more, And once it gets to closer to the end, we can start going up a little bit more so that we can add lots of frosting to the top. See how nice and big my cupcake is getting? Going up and up and up. Looks like an ice cream cone almost. So it's nice and tall frosting. And now what I'm going to do is that little piece that I tore off before, I'm going to take it and I'm going to roll it into a ball in my hand, and I'm going to pinch the top of it to create a little cherry that's going to go on top. So there we have our cupcake. It looks kind of whimsical, a little bit like a Dr. Seuss cupcake. We can also take our tools, we can press the side of our fork around the edges to create some foil for the cupcake design around the edges. We can add little lines to create little sprinkles that are going on top, going little diagonal lines to create little sprinkles all the way around. So you can add lots of details with this. However you want to decorate your cupcake. And then once it dries, you can use watercolor or markers and you can decorate it with those colors. I hope you enjoy creating your cupcake today. I can't wait to see your beautiful clay creations. We'll see you next time.